What's going on, everybody? It's been a little while since I've been doing a weekly tip. I've been away in Japan, as most of you would know, so I want to get back into it. And me getting back into videos also means me getting back into selling. Now, we have some great properties coming on the market very shortly, and a couple of questions we've been asked, or the same question we've been asked by a couple of these owners, is when is the right time to list? Now, coming up to school holidays at the moment, there's obviously a bit of hesitation around that. And then obviously coming closer towards Christmas, there's a bit of hesitation between when to list. So hopefully I can help you with a couple of them and explain the reasons why I'm not too worried about certain things and why I'm worried about other things as well. So first off, obviously, my biggest thing is don't list during Christmas time. It's just a no-brainer. Majority of people are not in real estate mode, or they're out, on holidays kind of thing. Normally second week of January, we see a big increase more of buyers out. And up to about the second week of Christmas is when we stop listing properties. We still sell properties, and we've had one of our best months in a December period. But majority of the time, that's not normally the case. Now, once it comes to public holidays and school holidays, where's the big problem? So for me, most of the year it's okay. It will all come down depending on the property you're selling. So if you've got an investment property that's really for investors, school holidays isn't much of a problem. If it's a villa and you're an older person trying to sell to an older style of buyer, not really a problem for school holidays either. But if it's a first home or a family home, that's kind of where the questions kind of come into play. Should we be listing before, after, or during the school holidays? Now, the way I look at this is quite simple. The one school holiday that I'm concerned about generally is around that Easter time. And especially when Easter comes in with Anzac Day. So it's a really long kind of public holiday stretch where a lot of people do go away. Now, we're at the end of 2019, basically, if you want to have a look at it that way. And there's a school holiday period coming up in the next couple of weeks. Now, is that really a problem to list up? In a way, it can be, only because there's a public holiday involved. But what we normally see this time of the year, we generally see most people are holding off taking holidays until Christmas time. So not generally too much of a problem, but yes, there will be a little bit less people looking because obviously some people are going to be away. And again, as I mentioned, it depends on the style of property you're selling. If it's a villa and it's going to go to someone else, might be over 50 or 60, well, school holidays doesn't really matter. So look at the property you're trying to sell, think about and work with the agent, think about who's going to buy the property, and then work out the tactic from there. Now, the other thing too is, and I just wrote some notes down beforehand, when you're emotionally ready to sell. Now, what I mean about that is that if you're a first home seller, selling a property, and it's emotional for everyone, but generally first time or second home sellers, it's a very emotional process. There could be some very interesting memories in the home for you. You're growing up as a kid or things like that. So selling a property can be emotionally draining. And if you're not emotionally ready to sell the property, then that's not the right time to sell either. And what I mean by that is that if I get a really good offer and you're not ready to sell yet, but that's probably like a really great offer, you may not take it, which then costs you money later on down the track. In 6 weeks' time, when you finally decide, yes, let's get it sold, then you take a lot lower of a price point because you weren't ready to sell. So that's a big thing there. Is like, if you're not ready to sell, don't go on the market just yet. Don't rush to go because you want to be on the market. Make sure that you're emotionally ready to sell. Now, the last one, when the property is actually ready to sell. Now, this is, to me, more important than school holidays or listing on a Monday or a Tuesday or whatever day. If the property is not ready to go on the market yet, you do not put it on the market. Now, what I mean by that is quite simple. If you work with us, we really like to make sure the home is showroom condition as much as it possibly can be. There is a difference between investment of money and time. We like to invest more time fixing things up. So things like a stairwell. Now, an outdoor stone stairwell, as you're walking up, if it's rotting or if it's not painted, if it's old, repaint it. Make it presentable. So as you walk up and the buyers walk up, they don't kind of pick on it and go, oh, this needs to be repainted or this needs to be fixed. If there's something needs to be cleaned up, or if you need an approval, or the building pest is still being done, or a light globes aren't fitted or aren't working, Get them done before you put the property on the market. The big one at the moment, obviously we're going through a bit of a drought. If you haven't been taking care of your lawns, get onto it. Make sure they're nice and green so people walk along and they can see that you really respect your home, but also that it really shines compared to, say, everyone else's in the area. So that's what we call street appeal. So if the property's not ready to go, if you still have something that's got to be done, don't put it on the market. I've seen agents list properties with photos on the outside, and when you speak to the owners, go, why did that happen? They go, oh, we've still got to put a kitchen inside. What? Why would you be on the market taking people through if you've got a kitchen on order? Wouldn't you finish it, take the photos, and then do it? I've seen many times where the agent is uploading photos later on. Again, that's just wrong, because buyers generally look at your property once to start off with, and they'll mark it off if they're not interested in it. And generally, they won't be interested in it if they can't see any photos internally. And if you upload photos a month or a week later, they're not going to come back. They very rarely come back to look at the internal photos that were never there beforehand. So make sure the property is ready, the marketing is ready, everything like that. And then the last factor is, what day is the best day to list the property on the market? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Look, to be fair, most people won't tell you this, but realestate.com.au, their stats actually show that pretty much any day between Monday and Friday, you generally get the same amount of people inspecting properties online than any other day through the week. Saturdays and Sundays are a lot lower because they're already out doing inspections and doing open homes, and Sundays, well, people don't want to do much on Sunday. It's as simple as that. What I like to do, and there's a reason behind it. What I like to do is generally list a property on Monday or a maximum on a Tuesday. Now, the reason why we like doing that is quite simple. Even though Wednesday you get the same amount of people looking at the property as what you do on Tuesdays and Mondays when you list it, it's more the fact that you've actually built a little bit more timer to get more buyers through that week. Now, we do midweek open homes, so we want to get as many people from Monday, Tuesday coming along to the Thursday night open home, or get them ready for the 2 on the Saturday and the 1 on the Saturday. So it is quite important for me to try and get the properties listed on the Monday and Tuesday. For the simple fact is that we can start speaking to the buyers and get a bit more information from them before we actually take them through the property. If we list a property up on a Wednesday, a Thursday, or a Friday, what it means we have less time to build a good relationship with those buyers and less chance of understanding what their needs are, but also, are they actually qualified? Do they have the finances? Have they got a property to sell? Have they looked at other properties before? All of those things are very important about the timing about getting people through. So guys, I hope that's helped. I'm going to start bringing these back every single week. So if you have any particular questions about real estate, buying, selling, whatever it is, please give me a call on 0403 831 596 or send me an email at zach.mchardy@harcourts.com.au. I'll put all the details below for you and we'll go from there. See you guys.